10, 9, 15.
15, yeah. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vivo. Tu as besoin du PC?
Mais si, je sais, bah, I don't know, it depends. You need or no?
Oui, pour répéter c'est mieux.
Then I have to scroll, no?
I can scroll for you if
Okay,
you
you
have
can
the book.
scroll for me. I know, there is no book, I will do from the phone. Thank you.
Okay. You have to find this book. It was here before.
En fait, j'ai regardé, il y a partie 1, partie 2 et partie 3 du 10e chant. Et ben, c'est pas les mêmes éditions en fait, de Srimad Bhagavatam entre ces 3 parties. Du coup, la première partie s'arrête au 5e chapitre et la deuxième partie reprend au chapitre 14.
Ouais.
Et entre
coup,
ça, 11 chapitres.
Mais on l'avait, on l'utilisait, non? Avant, quand on a commencé la méda.
Je suis pas sûr.
Désolé. Mystery.
Maybe the temple needs a set of
In
Srimad
Latin, Canto Part 2.
Yeah, but this
It
starts 14th chapter.
Yeah, it doesn't, there is no 9, wait,
Anyway,
chapter 9, well, yeah, there is no 9.
10, 9, 15.
Okay. So if anyone feels like they know the rhythmics, you are very welcome. Tadama bhagyamanasya svarbhakasya kritagasa vyangulo nama bhutena sandadye nyacha gopika. Already said?
Yeah. And then line by line, yeah?
Okay. So do you know the rhythmics? Tadama bhagyamanasya.
Tadama Bhagyamanasya.
Next.
Svarbhakasya kritagasa.
Svarbhakasya kritagasa.
Svarbhakasya kritagasa.
Svarbhakasya kritagasa.
You are reading, I am just helping,
Ah,
but you are
okay.
reading.
Dvyangulu nama bhutena.
Dvyangulu nama bhutena.
Sandadhe nyacha gopika.
Sandadhe nyacha gopika.
Jai Shri Shri Dasati Sita Kincha. Jai Shri Shri Radha Parisisvara Mandir. Jai Shri Shri Jagannath Radha Supadra Devi ki. Okay. Tadama Bhagyamanasya.
Tadama Bhagyamanasya.
Svarbhaktasya kritagasa.
Svarbhakasya kritagasa.
Vyangulo nama bhutena.
Vyangulo nama bhutena.
Sandadhe nyacha gopika.
Sandadhe nyacha gopika.
Tadama bhagyamanasya.
Tadama Bhagyamanasya.
Svarbhakasya kritagasa.
Svarbhakasya kritagasa.
Dvyangulu nama bhutena.
Dvyangulu nama bhutena.
Sandadhe nyacha gopika.
Sandadhe nyacha gopika.
À vous.
Tadama Bhagyamanasya.
Tadama Bhagyamanasya.
Svarbhakasya kritagasa.
Sarvagasya kritagasa.
Duyam guru nama bhutena.
Duyam guru nama bhutena.
Sandadenya chagopika.
Sandadenya chagopika.
Tadama Bhajyamanasya Svabhakasya Kritagasa
Svabhakasya kritagasa.
Yangulo Nama Bhutena
Yangulo nama bhutena.
Sandadenya Chagopika
Sandadenya chagopika.
Tadama Bhajyamanasya Sarvagasya kritagasa. Duyanguru nama bhutena. Sandadenya chagopika.
Tadama,
Tadama,
that binding rope.
that binding rope.
Bhadyamanasya,
Bhajyamanasya,
who was being bound by Mother Yashoda.
who was being bound by Mother Yashoda.
Svabhakasya,
Svarvagasya,
of her own son.
of her own son.
Kritagasa,
Kritagasa,
who was an offender.
who was an offender.
Dvi-angula, by a measurement of 2 fingers.
By a measurement of 2 fingers.
Unam,
Unam,
short.
short.
Abut,
Abud,
became. Tena,
Tena,
with that rope.
with that rope.
Sandade,
Sandade,
joined. Anyacha,
Anyacha,
another rope.
another rope.
Gopika,
Gopika,
Mother Yashoda.
Mother Yashoda.
Translation. When Mother Yashoda was trying to bind the offending child, she saw that the binding rope was short by a distance, the width of 2 fingers. Thus she brought another rope to join to it. Okay. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Here is the first chapter in Krishna's exhibition of unlimited potency to Mother Yashoda when she tried to bind him. The rope was too short. The Lord had already shown his unlimited potency by killing Putana, Shakatasura and Trinavarta. Now Krishna exhibited another vibhuti, or display of potency, to Mother Yashoda. Unless I agree, Krishna desired to show, you cannot bind me. Thus, although Mother Yashoda, in her attempt to bind Krishna, added one rope after another, ultimately she was a failure. When Krishna agreed, however, she was successful. In other words, one must be in transcendental love with Krishna, but that does not mean that one can control Krishna. When Krishna is satisfied with one's devotional service, he does everything himself. Sevan mukhe hi jiva dau svayam eva spuratya daha. He reveals more and more to the devotee as the devotee advances in service. Jiva dau. This service begins with the tongue, with chanting and with taking the prasada of Krishna. Atashi Krishna namadi nabhave grahyam indriya sevo mukhe hi jiva dau svayam eva spuratyadaha. So that's a verse from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. 234. Okay. Om Agyana Tirandasya Gyanandana Sharakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamscha Hare Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
Namo
Vishnu Padam Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarini. Okay, so once again we just read the verse, which is beautiful. There is the word Gopika in it. It was in the Sanskrit version. When Mother Yashoda was trying to bind the offending child, she saw that the binding rope was short by distance the width of 2 fingers. Thus she brought another rope to join to it. Alright, so we actually have maybe a chance to finish the Madara Lila all maybe by the end of Kartik, because it's really sweet Lila. I hope that we will go to the fullest of it, even though it's true that the Lord's Leelas, they are coming from one to another. It's like in chain, they're in a chain. One evolves in another. Just the moment she finished binding, there will be immediately another Leela of rescuing 2 Arjuna trees, and so on. Like, it's really beautiful to see how Lord's Lila is all together. Okay, and so in this purport, Srila Prabhupada makes stress on the fact that Krishna is not a simple child. That thank you. Okay, so he's a Bhagavan, someone who has the potencies like Vibhuti which Vibhuti of the Lord, 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, they expose the different opulences of the Lord, and Krishna says them to Arjuna because it's good for us to know them. Obviously, now Mother Yashoda's love is above the realization, like it's already more deep than a mere realization him as all-pervading and Bhagavan, because she is more exalted, and for her love towards Krishna is overwhelming. She knows he is God. It's not like she does not know. She doesn't know. All gopis are actually very much more even knowledgeable than any munis, because to begin with, there were a lot of munis in the Lila of Lord Ram who approached Lord Ram and wanted to become his wives, but Lord Ram, he had Sita Devi only in this pastime. And besides of that, munis were really like, creepy, because after you spend a lot of time in austerities, you are not very, you have long nails, maybe like long, they were and yogis and munis, and so the hairs were in dreadlocks. And so it's not very nice to be wise. But Krishna, Lord Ram, he said, thank you very much. I appreciate the intention, and I will satisfy your desire, but it will be in the next, my next game, next Leelas, when I will become as Krishna, and then I will have this cowherd, I will be a cowherd boy and you will be gopis, so yes, your desire will be satisfied. So obviously all gopis are very knowledgeable, even those who are making it the way from material world and they train in the Leelas, they obviously already attained the great knowledge and renouncement, and those who are coming with Krishna eternally from spiritual abode, they also have this by definition. So here Mother Yashoda, she knows he is God, but she doesn't want to pay attention to that. It's her choice that her love, what will she do with this, like with the fact that he is God, She wants him to be her son and love him just how he is, like a sweet little child. And here we see that her attempt is as a mother to make a lesson, even though I've heard that when she was about to tie Krishna, there were already neighbors who started to hear the noise because they were really running a lot. And Krishna is small and petite, and he runs in zigzag, And Mother Yashoda, we already saw the description. She has a form and shape and a breast full of milk, full of motherhood. Love, and so it's hard for her to do zigzag already that, plus she is tired, but then she catches him, and then he agrees that it was him who made this offense of stealing and breaking things and giving the yogurt and butter to the monkeys and crowns and everything. And so by now already there is already noise in their courtyard, and some neighbors already kind of curious. They already see what's going on, and like they see that Mother Yashoda is about to tie Krishna, and they think, what are you doing? What? Yeah, are you insane? How can you do this? Like he's not. It's not possible to tie him. But Mother Yashoda has so much this Vatsalya and rasa and love that she says, surely it's possible, because I have to make sure that he respects food. That's actually one of the first duties would be of the mother. That's what I heard from Bhakti Yoga Meditation, that is to give a lesson to the child to respect food, not to throw it around, not to play with it too much like that. Even though we know that all children have a tendency to play with food. When it's hard to feed a child, he wants to play rather than just eating calmly. So that's a challenge. But yeah, Mother Yashoda was determined to bind Krishna. And all demigods, they were watching and like really having a discussion. They were like, how you bet. So who is thinking that she will bind? And there were people or personalities who thought that she will, and those who was in another column thinking that she will not, because Krishna doesn't have, as we saw in the previous verse, he doesn't have beginning, and he doesn't have doesn't have that's the problem for majority of descriptions in some other religions that there is a problem with form, sometimes, because for them form means limitation. Necessarily, if you have form, it means there is a limit, because it's a shape, it's a form. And here, how is it possible that the Lord has a form, but there is no limit, there is no limitation? So it's beyond the conception of the material conditioned mind. And therefore, for them, it's rather said in the scriptures, don't try to depict him, there is no form, better don't go there, And for some time, maybe it's better, otherwise you will just project your own conditioned, conditioned, contaminated forms, like what you saw here, what else you can imagine with your imagination. If we think about it, we have the gross body and subtle body is also conditioned by things that we have as impressions from before, and therefore Krishna explains it already in Bhagavad Gita that you cannot perceive me with your material elements that you have, be it gross or subtle. With these eyes you cannot perceive him. Even with imagination you cannot imagine him, because he is beyond the matter. He is the source maybe, but himself he transcends it. Therefore we come to the idea which now not we come, but Srila Prabhupada kindly gives us the understanding that unless Krishna wants, he will not reveal himself to the aspiring devotee. Unless Krishna thinks that this person is trying, and he will not reveal himself. Even though he says here also, yes, in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, this verse which I had to search for, and so the translation of this verse is that Lord Krishna's name, fame, pastimes, etc. cannot be understood by material senses. Only to one who is engaged in pure devotional service under proper guidance is he revealed. In the Brahma Samhita 538, it is stated, Premanjana Charita Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sadaiva Hridayeshu Vilokayanti. Sorry for pronunciation. One can see the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda, always within himself and outside himself, if one has developed a transcendental loving attitude towards him. Thus, for people in general, he is not visible. Here it is said that although he is all-pervading, everywhere present, he is not conceivable by the material senses. This is indicated here by the word avyaktamurtina. But actually, although we cannot see him, everything is resting in him. As we have discussed in the 7th chapter, the entire material cosmic manifestation is only a combination of his two different energies, the superior spiritual energy and the inferior material energy. Just as the sunshine is spread all over the universe, the energy of the Lord is spread all over the creation, and everything is resting in that energy. Yet one should not conclude that because he is spread all over he has lost his personal existence. To refute such an argument, the Lord says, I'm everywhere and everything is in me, but still I'm aloof. So here he goes on with the example of a king and the government, which is the manifestation of king's energy. So yes, we can understand that even for Mother Yashoda, Krishna has to agree to be bound. And what to speak of sadhakas? he has definitely to agree, to see that we really try. And it's not because we pronounce Hare Krishna that he is immediately manifesting. Otherwise, we would immediately realize that he is non-different from his name. But because he sees that each morning this person is trying so badly, even though he falls asleep sometimes, but he's trying and saying Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And then again trying, just because his Nama Prabhu is so merciful, he thinks, okay, he is trying, sincerely. So yeah, I might manifest then. And one day that's the only hope, that he will manifest. Because once he does, we will be having such an experience that it will not be comparable to anything that we have experienced here. And therefore it will only deepen our separation with the Lord and meditation on Him, how to be together again. And so we really hope to receive this experience of Nama, and then to bind the Lord, to capture by our efforts. And everybody already heard, but the two fingers that were lacking represent effort and mercy. So without effort, it's hard to receive mercy. I remember first I was thinking, but mercy is causeless. Why? There is an effort then, if it's causeless. But causeless is that there is no material cause. That's why it's causeless. Other than that, we still have to show that we want the mercy and to be a good recipient of the mercy. And then when the Lord agrees, as it said here, then Mother Yashoda could finally bind him. But that was after some time, after she tried to engage a lot of ropes. And from what I heard, there were a lot of ropes. At a certain point, she was asking help from houses, in nearby for ropes. And she engaged all the village to help her in this binding, because she's such a great devotee, so she engages also others and the ropes and everything. And then finally the Lord agreed, even though it must be very astonishing to see that when you bind another rope and another rope, there's still these two missing. Obviously it must be like you will start to question if you are okay today. Or if something is not okay with perception. But then there is another episode when she sees the universe in his mouth. That's also another point. I think it's later, right? Before? Oh, so it's already not the first time. Vibhuti manifested. Krishna, thank you, dear Thakur. So like that, I think I'm done. If you want to add and make some kind of point and elaborate on something. You have a little bit of time.
About the causeless mercy, in the Bhakti Yoga we had this the Ichagev. You can keep.
Okay.
The Ichagev as one example to what means causeless mercy in connection with the prayer of Kunti. In the prayer of Kunti, she said that the Lord is impartial, so He gives to everyone. He's not partial to anyone. And He said it's like the rain. The rain is falling everywhere. So the mercy is causeless. It's going everywhere. But if you want to get the water, you need to have a beautiful pot without breaking. So your effort is not because of your effort that you get the mercy, but if you make a good pot without breaking, the mercy will be keeping into it. But if the pot is broken, the water is going, the mercy falling on you, but you cannot get it. It's just flowing. So this is an example of causeless mercy. The mercy is here, the rain is here, but you have the effort to keep it and get it.
Thank you for a nice, very, very nice analogy. Yeah, indeed, it helps to better picture it, because it's not like if you put your effort, it's you who causes the rain. No, the rain is still there, but you are at least making sure that you are receiving the water, and that's the part. Okay, it's a nice analogy.
I have this question, like you mentioned in the Ramayana, the Munis, they approach Lord Ram for getting married.
That's what I've heard. Yeah,
Sorry?
that's what I've heard. You.
Okay. Because I was also searching for it, like, who in the world would like to go to Lord to get married to him, especially Munis who are, doing austerity. Mostly we hear that they go for benedictions. We give this benediction, this that benediction. Generally, nobody approaches except for Mataji. Males generally do not approach him to get married. Is there any specific reason? Have you heard of anything, or anybody heard of this thing?
I didn't understand.
So he's astonished that the Munis approached him to get married. Though usually Munis ask yogis like that, they ask benedictions, but not they don't have fortune to understand that they want Madhurya Rasa usually no. But usually he said for some reason Mataji's approach, Lord, you said where is this from? This one is from where? That Mataji's approach the Lord to get married.
Gopis approach Krishna.
Okay.
There are so many examples.
Okay.
Law of natural attraction. Females are attracted to male, males are attracted to female.
Yeah, that's some bodily concept. It's true. But Munis, they transcend it. From what I understand, why I like this example from Ramayana, that later on they became gopis, because it shows that the gopis eventually has nothing to do with, as you say, male attracted to female and female attracted to male. Because otherwise, as you said, it's very strange for Munis to approach the Lord and want to become wife, like like it means that they have attained, after already realizing Brahman, after already understanding that you are not your Atma, Aham Brahmasmi. After that, it means it's not cheap. It's not like we go and sometimes we see like Matajis sentimentally dancing and want and thinking and imagining things, thinking that I am dancing for Krishna, In Vrindavan sometimes you see in the Krishna Balaram and things like this. That exists. It's okay because it's already connected with the world. We will not chase them with the baton. But because it's the Lord and He can accept whatever He wants, but it's still on the level of body, as you said, naturally. As you said, naturally what you have, you are otherwise why not for Radharani then, and so on. And in that sense, we really, that's the key point here. Very good thing that you approached it. Thank you very much. I'm now agitated, but I'm trying to concentrate and say that that's why it's very crucial in this age to go through Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because when you worship Gauranga, there is no this going on. It's just not there. It's just it's immediately like this more pure image of Mayapur, of this Navadvip, of the Sankirtan shining movement where Lord Chaitanya was so strict, not even close you could see the shadow of Mataji, They were not even seeing him from I don't know how many meters is he. Just understand that the path towards Radha Krishna, who is both Radha and Krishna, Lord Chaitanya together, it's not through the sentimental approach. So not this, what we have here. This is, how you call it, Bhava? Matsarya? No. Madhunya Bhava. Prominent Bhava.
Which Bhava?
In the Rasa, Madhurya.
Yeah, Madhurya is Rasa, but in this material world they say it's Midhunya Bhava.
Sexual attraction.
Yeah, this is the main driving whole existence, and it's the hardest part for transcendentalists to get over, and therefore those munis in Ramayana, they already surpassed it, and therefore they wanted real stuff. They wanted to have really madhurya. And another thing is that I recall, there is a case where there was sentimental approach of more of mixed with sentimental meaning, desire or lust. It was Kubja, no? Like who approached the Lord. How you are portraying that Mataji naturally it's the Lord.
No,
and
it's
so
not
on.
that I am trained, it's the way how the whole world works.
It's the way?
The whole world works.
Yeah, Mithunya Baba, whole world works like this here. Yeah, definitely. And therefore we should not fall into this trap, like he's achieved. This is the purest thing. We cannot even now imagine how pure it is and what it is, this Bhava, Mahabhava and so on. It's okay. We can chant and be in Sankirtan, a joy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It's safer. But it's very nice one. Yes, I also wonder how is it that they approach Lord Ram, and also the question is they must have heard from someone that it exists to ask for it, because by yourself, by your own effort, you can go till somewhere in this material world. Even Vairagya, even some yogi mystics, even pranas you can control. But to have desire to become a wife of the Ram, it means they had to encounter before some devotee, someone like Narada Muni, I don't know, someone who would say the glory and give the taste. Otherwise, bhakti comes only from bhakti. You cannot artificially manufacture it yourself, even by your austerity. So, but it's very nice point about these sages. I also don't know from where they are, and yeah, I just heard that there were gopis who came here by this process from down to up, and those who come with the Lord always liberated from spiritual realm. You have something to correct, or no, it's okay. Anything to add, Priyarani? Sachinandan, Prabhu? Any shloka?
Yeah, I'm just researching like some, never know where the stories are coming from, because we sometimes hear them, and the danger is that of course there might be folklore that is kind of that we don't want to get into by hearing saying. Even sometimes those swamis and maharajas, they might pick up stories from Braj or from Mayapur, and it might be stories that come from the folklore. Like yes, for example, the Tula pastime of Krishna is like they're putting lots of riches on the scale, and then Rukmini puts a jalasi leaf. You don't find that in Srimad Bhagavatam. You wouldn't find that in the Puranas. But it's folklore. It means that in the last 500 years or so, it has been coming out like that. And still people tell the story because it's a nice story. And many of those stories are nice stories, and they give a good lesson, they teach us nice things. And of course, it is more effective in our preaching if we use stories that have a good resource, that have a source that we can really identify. Saying that Prabhupada also sometimes gave stories. You wouldn't, if you would research, then you might not be able to even find the source, but still, because Prabhupada used the stories like that. And I think also Prabhupada used that story in some context, so I wasn't finding a source somewhere in Krishna book or in Srimad Bhagavatam, but I also heard the story like that, so it might have been from Prabhupada's books. And yeah, I think it's a nice topic to churn and to discuss, because Krishna is the supreme male, and all the living beings are his females.
Prakriti, yeah, we are energy, so we are female, yeah. Even you, Rasa Parayana, deep inside.
Yes, we don't know who we are really. Go be or go for cow or a bull, no matter.
In that sense, there is no gender, there is a spirit there, and the souls from what understood, they have shape according to their rasa, but there is no really gender like here, based on, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati once said quite bold thing. He said just the shape of the body is just a manifestation of genitals. That's what one he said. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati.
Manifestation
Of genitals, yeah, just, it's, gender, everything here is gender, there is male, there's female.
So why now there's people who are male but they dress in women? They don't have the genitals of women.
I don't, this we didn't
now
see
the
from-
good changement of this also, but
we
will not go on this topic.
I believe those people, they misunderstand the freedom. They understand the freedom on the bodily platform. They don't want to go along with nature.
Follow the law of nature.
Okay, I found the resource.
Oh, okay.
Most of the gopis in the previous lives were great sages, experts in the studies of the Vedas, and when Lord Krishna appeared as Lord Ramachandra, they wanted to enjoy with him. Lord Ramachandra gave the benediction that their desire would be fulfilled when he would appear as Krishna. Therefore, the desire of the gopis to enjoy the appearance of Lord Krishna was long cherished. So they approached the goddess Katyayani. So this is the 13th chapter of Krishna book. And there you find this nice story. Small answer.
Katyayani, okay. But which makes it a little bit true though what you are saying, that for the aesthetics and harmony in spiritual world, you do need to have a body of gopi. You cannot enjoy with Krishna unless you are having a body of in Madhurya. Yeah, like you cannot have a body of a male like a Kahar boy or something. You do need a body of a gopi. Yeah.
According to the rasa.
Yeah. The rasa is very far from me, so I'm not gonna go further anymore. That's all. That's what it ends. No.
Just a fundamental idea.
Sorry?
The rasa can be understood when you realize that you are not made for your pleasure but for the pleasure of Krishna. And according to how you want to please Krishna, you are different rasa. The one in this material world, we think how we want to be pleased, how Krishna can please us. So there is no rasa in this time. It's only just kama.
There are material rasas here. How I will be pleased this way.
We cannot use this word.
Yeah, we cannot use. Okay, good.
We can,
Prabhupada sometimes use it.
we can use what?
Sometimes only
Term
we
of
use it.
rasa for sense enjoyment.
We can already use the rasa for sense enjoyment. But I didn't understand.
It's okay, never mind
We
because
should not use the term rasa
Term
in
rasa.
the term of sense enjoyment.
I got
For example, oh, you are my girlfriend, we are in Madhurya.
yeah, this is
Yeah.
normal. Yeah, then
We should not use this.
yeah. And I've heard that in material world, what is available, but honestly speaking, what I've heard, what is available here is dasya, because here Shanta would be misinterpreted in some impersonalism somehow. But dasya, active dasya is available, and a little bit of a little bit like of vatsalya, some like or sakya or what, like a little bit, like a little part, like not a lot, because mostly dasya, because here otherwise everything is contaminated, so very difficult to power through without dancing for the Krishna.
I always remember this Alinam in Lyon where Maharaj said me, don't try to dance like a gopi. If you want to be a gopi, distribute books.
It was a specific instruction for you.
I think that yeah, it is personal. I mean, he always encouraged other ladies to try to make it
Because
beautiful.
there
But
was Mataji who was dancing and he said me, like, he didn't say me like so brutal like this. He said me, the activity of the gopi in spiritual world is to give Krishna, so distribute books. If you want to develop the mood of the gopi, try to dance.
Yeah, which very important.
He said to me, he didn't say to others.
Yeah, because he understands that everyone like needs to purify, and in the beginning it's very mixed, and we think that we're dancing for Krishna, actually it's for us, but then with some time of actually making adding austerity to it, regularity to it, you when you add regulation, necessarily there is an element of austerity appearing, you know, that like, oh, and now you actually also have to try to do it, and sometimes you don't want because of all this people, their energy draining, you know, but you have to do, like, I think whenever there is element of disregarding your own, you want or you don't want, then it appears the proper thing, you know, because it's dangerous otherwise. Indeed, in the beginning it's very much you don't understand for whom a person is dancing.
The most important is how much you can bring people to Krishna. For someone who has a body of Mataji, maybe it would be better to dance and distribute books.
Depends,
Maybe someone in the body of a man can be a really good dancer, can bring people to Krishna by dancing. But this is what we should look, how much we can bring people to Krishna. Maybe it's by dancing. Or some.
In your case, it was by book distribution.
How you say this?
Yeah.
Different.
That's indeed very, very good that you are distributing so well, so steadily, so long. So Jai Janandan Maharaj. Hare Krishna, Srimad Bhagavatam Grantaraj ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava ki Jai. Jai Gurudev. How do you stop? Do you know how to stop? Because I don't see the pause here. Okay. Okay.
Done.